You got to snug. There you go. We got to get close to this guy. Keep my arm around.
So
we're live on Facebook. We're live on everyone. Hello, everyone. Dr. Rich Castellano here, Wall Street Journal best-selling author of The Smile Prescription, award-winning double-board certified facial plastic and reconstructive surgeon, and we are here with Shorr Solutions today. Oh, this just when you didn't think it could get any better. Look who comes walking in. Mara Shorr, Jay Shorr. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thanks for asking. This is this is a blast. It's always so much fun, and all the education and all these engaged people. It's just, I love it.
I love it. Now, you are a big role of the Aesthetic Show. How many years have you been a part of the Aesthetic Show?
Jay's been a part longer than I have. I've been a part of this show since 2012. I started
2012.
But you're much more than that.
I started in 2009, actually. I was part of the first Certified Aesthetic Consultant program. I assisted in writing the business section for that, and from the second session on, this is level 11, I've been the moderator and speaker for all the sessions in practice management. So it has been an absolute pleasure educating all of these people, helping them along the way in marketing and business and their websites and financial and hosting events, anything that goes into a basic cash type of a practice. It's wonderful, and in 2012 I had the honor and the pleasure of introducing my daughter, who's my business partner, into the mix, and now
Mara Sharp. She's a force of nature.
Thank you. I still say that joining him as a business partner was one of the smartest things I've ever done. So absolutely, what better way to do that? So we're family-owned, family-run, and we've got a great team in place. So it's something we love doing and helping. We've got clients all over the country, and it's so fun to be able to come here and see everybody in person. We get to see students that we've worked with year after year, and great friends that we may not get to see during the rest of the year. So it's always so much fun for us.
Can I just say how proud I am of this moment? I mean, look at these people here. Now, Jay and Mara, they helped me out. When my practice was having difficulties, they came. Jay, we dragged him out. He basically lived in Tampa and was helping us out, and we're off and running and so excited to do it. So thank you guys so much. Absolutely. So let me ask you a question. A lot of practices here, a lot of doctors are silently suffering.
Yeah.
Yes?
Absolutely.
What is something that doctors and practices can do right now to help themselves out? What is something, help them, they're watching us, give it to them.
Yes.
What do they need to know? What's something that they can do?
Do you want to give your top tip and I'll give my top tip?
I'll put it as plain, as simple. And you know, when people say I can't afford to work with consultants, honestly, doctors and spa owners, sometimes you can't afford not to. Somebody like us, not as a sales pitch, but what we do is we work with the operational, financial, administrative health of medical practices, and we help you do what you do best, and that's practice medicine. Yeah. I personally had the honor of working with Dr. Rich's practice several years ago. I spent 3 days a week for 10 months. And look, it was somewhat painful in the beginning because you try to find the operational deficiencies and opportunities, and that's what we do. We find opportunities, we build the bench strength, we build the framework, and then we either turn it over to you or we let you run it with us. I mean, we all have different strengths in this market. Some of you doctors are specialists in certain things. We're business management specialists, and it's just wonderful to see a lot of these people out here that we've worked with, and they've become friends.
Yeah, when you're good at what you do, it's building that relationship, which we're all in the business of building relationships. So bottom line, the top tip is you must invest in your practice. If you're not investing, you're losing. That's your greatest asset. So spend the money.
Well, and I say on the other side too, two things. Number one, make sure that you have the right team in place in your office. Make sure that every one of your staff members is your favorite staff member because you love your team that much, and you're putting effort into coaching and training, and you're actually making sure that they're amazing parts of your team. And I also say, if you don't know what you're spending on everything in your practice, then you're doing something wrong. You need to know what you're spending on every single item, from the supplies
Measure
to your
the numbers.
Absolutely,
Count the money.
And know your ROI on your marketing efforts. You need to actually see, what are you spending on anything from silly things that seem silly to you, but they're important. Credit card processing, Band-Aids, table paper. Look at all of these things that you're spending and know where it is that you can save. And we see this with clients all the time. They don't know, and it's an easy way to put more money back in their pockets. So have an awesome team in place, know what you're spending, and if you need help, then reach out to specialists, because you need to do what you're doing best, and that's practicing medicine.
If you don't know what you don't know, that's probably single-handedly probably one of your biggest mistakes, because if you're serious and you're professional, you've got to treat this like the business that it is.
Yeah.
Look, here's our mantra: safety and protection of your patient, by far the number one priorities, no exceptions.
Absolutely.
I don't care about anything except the safety of the patient. The protection of your practitioner's licenses is the second priority. Have fun, and you will make money if you do numbers 1 through 3. But without safety, health, and security of your patients and your facility and your team, you're never going to make it right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Like, this is the real deal. It doesn't get any better than this. I mean, these are the leaders in the industry here.
Thank you.
They see the challenges that people go through.
They do.
So, bottom line, you've seen so much going over the years. What is your favorite part of the aesthetic show now? There's so many to choose from, but what do you really enjoy most about the aesthetic show?
I think that the CAC, the Certified Aesthetic Consultant Program, has a soft spot in our hearts because we're so involved in that program, and we love it.
Who's a good candidate for that? Who needs to get involved with that?
You know what's funny? I'm a big, whenever I lecture, because we have a couple lectures and we moderate the entire program, and so I'm a big fan of hand raising, and so it's always who here does this and who here does that. And it is such a blend of estheticians, practice managers, whether it's an NP or a PA, even doctors, the owners of the practices, and even whether you're surgical or non-surgical, whether you're a med spa, we see such a variety, and every year that room is packed. We had, I would say, 150 students yesterday that put in 8-9 hours with us, and they were...
That's the CAC program.
Yes, the Certified
How do
Aesthetic
they find that?
Program.
What do they, if they go online, how do they find something like that?
So if you go to the aesthetic show, I think it's, and I am going to say it's aestheticshow.com.
Google it. Aesthetic show, but then it's CAC. What does CAC stand for?
The Certified Aesthetic Consultant. And
Google
so
that. You'll find it.
Google it. It's very Googleable. But I don't... Shamefully, don't know the website off the top of my head.
That's okay. You don't need to know it. Google autofill. It's all there.
Yes, and so I think that has a soft spot in my heart, and because we've been so involved in that for so many years, and we do that we work with them for the aesthetic show, we work with them for the aesthetic academy, and we love the program.
It is the only true certification program for non-physicians, and we do get a lot of physicians, which makes me proud, because these are the people that realize that they need this education, and they need it. And they need it really badly, because although they're great clinicians, understand that it is a business.
Yeah.
And you've got to treat it like the business it is. And you know what? Hire good people to make that happen. And this teaches you, whether it's websites, marketing, basic business financials, how to do a business plan. Because if you plan, you fail to plan, you're planning to fail.
Yeah.
And to cap on tomorrow's, my favorite part of this entire program is meeting up with colleagues and meeting up with friends, other marketing professionals.
A lot of idea sharing.
I come from owning a practice, and I realized the deficiencies that went on in our own business, and really share the problems. It's not like I'm out here saying how great I am, but I'm more or less sharing all the issues and concerns and opportunities that we had in our practice so that we can help you. We are educators, and that's our main goal. The aura around this room...
There is such a buzz.
And then finally the awards that allows people that have tried so hard in all forms of surgical and non-surgical medicine...
We may have an award winner right here.
To win an award. Dr. Rich won an award last year. I'm very proud, because I knew the Smile Doctor before he was the Smile Doctor. He always smiled, but he was not the Smile Doctor. I actually had one of the first autographed copies of this, right? So it is really a proud, and I'm proud and honored to be associated with Dr. Rich. I spend
agree.
so much time together, and we've shared so many personal stories together, and actually
We're family.
actually helped me to realize a different way of thinking in my life, because I constantly walk around with a smile, and people are saying, like, is everything okay? I mean, people just don't walk around with a smile. You ever see people that are just looking plain miserable all the time? And I wonder, like, why? I say, are you happy? Are you okay? And they say, yeah, I'm all right. And I say, well, why don't you tell your face? Because your face isn't showing it. And ladies and gentlemen, if your staff doesn't answer the phone with a smile,
Every single time.
the prospective patient that's calling will hear it. You've got to be able to hear a smile and allow that person calling to feel that you are not an interruption of their day.
Yep, it's so important. So one of the messages I'm hearing is, listen, we all know when doctors finish medical school, nurses finish their training, they know how to take great care of their patients. But most of them do not know how
To run a business.
to run a business.
And remember,
And this is business.
exactly, just like they said, your practice, yes, it's a practice, but it's a business, and you need to run it like a business. And we say this to all of our clients, all of the students that are in all of our lectures, and we say this time and time again, run it like a business, because it is.
It's a business.
You know, we come in, we'll analyze every facet of your practice, your financials, to make sure we'll negotiate anything that can be negotiated, whether it's a contract with all these big boxes, whether it's employees, whether it's another plastic surgeon, whether it's a partnership. We'll help you to see whether or not it's a good or a bad deal, because many times you give it to your attorney, they're not healthcare attorneys, and they really don't understand the nuances of a medical practice. And having made some of these errors on my own, my mission is to share opportunities
Learn from the
with
mistakes
you.
of others. You don't have to repeat the mistakes.
Exactly.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Exactly.
I'm done for today. This was the highlight of my day.
Hey.
The highlight of my
That's it, but
year.
we're not going home.
We're done, but we'll hang out and have some fun.
Absolutely.
So where can they find Shorr Solutions? How can they get in touch with you?
You can go to www.shorrsolutions.com. That's SHORR Solutions, plural.com. Shorr, just like our last name, because we are a father-daughter team.
There you go. Mara Shorr, Jay Shorr,
Yes.
thank you so much. Now, before we finish, of course, we have to
Thank
take
you, Dr. Rich.
a selfie.
Of course.
We've been practicing our selfie technique.
I have a
and
selfie we took yesterday
Yes,
afternoon.
we
so
did, but it's been a full day, so we need a new one.
Absolutely. And
so
if
we
you're
turn
looking
on
for
our
us
little
on
bright light.
Instagram, we're at Shorr Solutions.
Instagram
So-
at Shorr Solutions. So
Yes.
let's get our little, there we go, on 3, 1, 2, 3, cheese. Beautiful. See, you cannot underestimate the power of a good selfie. See, that's a good selfie. So, all right, everyone, thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
We'll see
Thank you very much.
soon.
It is a pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. There's Periscope, YouTube,